Hi friends, Siddharth again. Today's video is upon Shufa, which you probably already know. It's a credibility score that every person in Germany has, and you also will have at some point of time. The second thing that I'll take up is a really unpleasant surprise that I had recently, just a few weeks back, related to Shufa. I strongly recommend friends, please see this video completely because it's a very practical aspect of life, and I'm sure that at some point of time you will also face the same situation. So friends, let me start with what exactly this Shufa is. Shufa, if you come from India, you probably already know CIBIL score or civil score or something, which is actually a financial status or your financial performance. So friends, Shufa in a nutshell is your credibility score. It reflects your financial performance in last 1 year or since you are in Germany. In case if you are here only for last 8 months or 6 months, then it will reflect your status of your last 8 months only or whatever time you have spent here. Now, Shufa, as I understand, because even I am not an expert in this field, but as I understand, Shufa is actually a Shufa Holding GmbH or something like that. It's a company. I'm not sure whether it's a private or a government company, but it's a company which which pulls your financial data from more than 10,000 sources. I mean, if you make a contract anywhere, let's say an internet contract, a mobile telephone contract, or any type of contract you make regarding which works upon some finances, this data will be pulled by Shufa company. So likewise, if you pay the bills, for example, if you have made a contract with your electricity provider or with your water supply provider or any type of provider, whenever you pay your bills, that detail will be sent to Shufa as well, and they will keep a record, a kind of a database wherein they'll maintain your performance, your financial performance for every aspect. Now, this Schufa report that is generated is known as Schufa Bonitätsauskunft, which is a German term, and you will require it for many purposes. Let's say if you are searching for accommodation, that's the most important thing. Most of the advertisements that you'll see in, let's say in Imo Scout or anywhere, in more than 80% I have seen the landlords or the company which is posting that advertisement for accommodation or flat will ask you for your Shufa score. For sure, you take it for granted. Every person will ask for that. Even if you are, very lucky and you get a chance to interact directly with the landlord will certainly and 100% sure he or she will ask you for your Shufa score. So it's extremely important. Other than that, also Shufa is very important for your bank loans. If you want to take any type of car loan, housing loan, finance loan, personal loan or anything, Shufa is kind of a mandatory thing there as well. So it's a very important part of your life in Germany, and at some point of time you'll certainly feel a pinch because of this Shufa thing. So now, how can you get this Shufa report? So friends, there are multiple options. One is a paid one and one is a free one. Actually, the free and paid are same, but the only thing is the free one you can get only once a year. And people have told me, I mean, after interaction with many people, I understood that the free one, although it is 100% equivalent and it works the same as a paid one, but it has some less details, as I've understood. And how can I get the paid one? So friends, for paid one you can contact any of your bank. For example, bank also provides you for 30 euros or 29.95 euros or something like that. Other than that, there are other options like the Shufa Holding itself, the Shufa company. On the website of Shufa you can just pay the amount and you will receive the Shufa score on email also. um, there are many other ways. I think I have not researched upon it because I was satisfied. I received my Shufa score free, and that worked for me. Now, a few more points upon Shufa, which are quite interesting. The Shufa score is basically based on 100 points. Let's say the best of the best person in the world can get 100, but still 100% Shufa is absolutely not possible. The maximum possible is 97.5. 2.5% Shufa is held up for unprecedented or unthought of risks. Let's say any natural catastrophe or sudden demise of the candidate or something like that. so which is not under the control of anybody. So thereby the maximum score is 97.5. That is the first point. And somewhere from 95 to 97.5 is something like the best of the best possible. Somewhere below 95 to 92 is something like a low or negligible risk. So what does this actually mean? So friends, this means that in case, if let's say if I take my own example, if I have a score of 93 or 94, then let's say if I am applying for a flat to a landlord, if I apply this SHUFA, then landlord can understand that, yeah, this guy has a very limited or very low level of risk. On the other hand, if there is a guy who has a SHUFA score of, let's say, 80 or 75, then the landlord will think twice or thrice before giving his house to this guy, because there is a higher chances of risk. So this is how SHUFA works, and this is what SHUFA is used for. Now, just in case if you have recently landed in Germany, let's say if you have came here only for 2-3 months and you are searching for an accommodation, which happens most of the time with many candidates. So for this case, SHUFA is not applicable, because SHUFA will not be generated at all. You don't have any credit history or financial history. So in that case, there is no alternative, I must say. However, you can, specify or convince your future landlord or any person based on, let's say, your security deposit. You can pay some security deposit and say that this is kind of an assurance from my side. However, or maybe if that guy is very if convincing, if you can convince that guy with your Indian civil score, for example, or CIBIL score, there are little chances that it may work, but still give it a try. However, such things will never work with any company. If you want to go for a loan in any company, then such things will absolutely not work. So I'm not sure how to handle such situation then. Another point to note here, friends, is because these days I see a lot of layoffs and people are losing their jobs. SHUFA score is not changed, or there is no effect of your loss of job on SHUFA. So rest assured that there is no problem with it. However, in case if you miss a bill, then because of loss of job, then that will definitely affect SHUFA. Now we are starting on part 2 of this video, which talks about the unpleasant surprise that I recently had. So friends, the surprise is I made an inquiry for loan. I required some 4,000 euros and I contacted multiple banks on their websites and arranged for a call from their side. Now friends, can you believe, even if I ask for loan to any company, to any bank, that also damages or harms my SHUFA score. It's unbelievable. It happened with me. That is like, I asked a few banks. I will deliberately not take their names, but I talked to them over phone. Let's say 15 to 20 minutes per bank. And now 1 week back, when I received my SHUFA score, those entries are clearly mentioned that I contacted banks for loan, and because of this contact, my SHUFA score is degraded. So in nutshell, that means if you inquire for loan to a bank and you don't take their loan, your SHUFA score will be harmed or damaged or degraded. Now I'm not saying this only in air. I'll give you some proof as well. I'll show you my laptop screen now. So if you see here, you'll see I made multiple inquiries to multiple banks, and the dates are somewhere around 15th December 2021, because that time I required urgently 4,000 euros. And you see, because of this inquiry to the bank, my SHUFA score is 76%, 80%. It's unimaginable, isn't it? I mean, without inquiry, I can't even take a loan. And if I do an inquiry and I don't take a loan, my SHUFA is degraded. That's something I really am still not able to digest this at all. So friends, 1 week back when I received this letter, this SHUFA thing, and I was totally astonished. What is this, man? So now I researched with some, not with bank guys, but I straight away went to a bank and I asked, what is this? I mean, just as a kind of a friendly conversation with a bank employee. So I got to know two very, very important aspects, friends. Please, I repeat, please see this video once again, because it's definitely going to affect you at some point of time. So the thing is, if you want a loan and you contact a bank, there are two possible options. One is you are asking for loan, and the second thing is you are inquiring about the loan rules or interest rates. So these are two different things. Asking for loan is credit anfrage. Credit anfrage. Anfrage means to ask. Credit is loan. And the second thing is credit condition anfrage. That is credit conditions anfrage. Now it's really hard because 2 years back, 1 year back, when I did my this credit anfrage, this loan inquiries, I really didn't know about it. And on the web page, I mean the web portal of the banks, I just filled in my details. I didn't bother about credit anfrage or credit conditions anfrage. Now I am not sure what I filled up, but I received a call, and it was clearly mentioned on the website that these calls are unverbindliches. That is, you are not forced at any point of time to take the loan. It's just like a conversation. So clearly mentioned. Now, when I interacted with this bank guy, I got to understand that these two things are very important. Shufa, to my surprise, understands or takes it for granted that if you are inquiring for loan, right, to multiple banks in a small amount of time, let's say in a week's time, I contact 3 or 4 banks for loan, and I don't get a loan, or I don't get, I take a loan. Shufa understands that you are trying your level best to get a loan, but banks are not giving you the loan, and that way Shufa will going to degrade your Shufa score. It's absolutely unplausible. It's absolutely undigestible for me. I'm sure it's same for you as well, but this is a fact. You can cross check it anywhere. So so the concept or the facet or the conclusion is, friends, if you were to go for a loan, please do conditions anfrage. Now, how to do that is something it's out of syllabus, because I really don't know that as well. I made a mistake. I want you not to make this mistake. So that was all regarding this conditions anfrage and credit anfrage. Now, because of this experience, I'm really worried whether I should go for a credit card or not, because I was planning to go for a credit card. I already have it in India, and I thought of having in Germany as well. But I'm really worried if there is any such hidden things around it which may damage my Shufa score. So friends, let me complete this video. There are some takeaways from my experience that you also can carry with you. First of all, if you have any personal loan requirement, please go for condition anfrage and not credit anfrage. Again, it's a big risk. Second thing is, if you have any unused or redundant credit cards in Germany, it's better to surrender them and finish it off. Thirdly, if you have any contract going on, any financial thing going on, let's say if you have taken a laptop on loan or something, it's always better if you have some surplus amount in your pocket, please pay it off as soon as possible. Don't carry it on your head all the times. Thirdly, pay all your bills. Whatever bills you are supposed to pay, please pay it on time without making any delay of any type. You never know which aspect of your bill payment will be taken up by Shufa and reflect it there. So that was all from my side, friends, for today. This is definitely a very surprising fact, and if you share similar comments or similar experiences, I strongly recommend please put them on comments, because I want my community to be aware of these things which harm and which really turns to be ugly at sometimes. So friends, I hope you like this video. If you are still watching up to this point, please consider subscribing to my channel and stay tuned. See you and bye bye.